Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Second Star to the Left. I'm Michelle, and this is my daughter, Billie.
Hi.
And here's where we'll share board game reviews, ramblings, and a few wrong turns along the scenic route. We're back with another video of Keep, Cull, or Consider, where we take a look at what's on our shelves and whether we want to keep it, cull it, or think about it a little more. But the rules to consider are just 1 month. And so sadly, that's why I put this video off for this month, because last time we decided we would consider Curious Cargo, and it never got to the table, which I suppose means that it's not gonna get to the table.
Probably, yeah.
It's so pretty, and I really want to love this game, but even with the threat of it leaving the collection if I didn't play it in a month, it didn't get played.
There was always something we'd rather be playing.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know if there's just too many rules for such a small game, or it's just a bigger game than we thought. I mean, it's not a heavy game, but there's a lot of fiddliness to it. And I think I just wanted something lighter from it.
It says ages 12 and up. We should have had this.
We did have it. It just...
Did we?
Yes. It just never felt like, ooh, let's just get that one out and play it, because I was always looking something up. I was always, it wasn't that it was hard, it was just I was always unclear, so it never had kind of a flow where you just got in a groove and started playing. So sadly, I think that means by the rules of Keep, Cull, or Consider, that this one has to go. So now we have to be much more careful with what we choose to put on that list this month. First game up for debate is a version of one of our favorite games, which is Biblios. Back from when we had like 5 games, Biblios was still one of our favorites. I can hear all the pieces shaking about in here. And that is Biblios Quill and Parchment, which is the roll and write version of Biblios. I was going to put this on the cull list. However, I decided before we made this video, I would give it one more shot and play. Now, I have only played this one solo.
I still have not played it.
I was just going to get rid of it.
I'm not going to let you get rid of it.
But I will say that after I went back and played it again, I really like this one. I'm not even going to put this one on the consider list. I'm going to put this one on the keep list. There are tons of dice in this game. Tons. And you're moving around a pilgrimage track. You're moving up a chart of how close you are to the altar. Moving up on what kind of books you're producing, whether they're like bestiaries or herbal reference books or psalm books. You have all these different choices. You're trying to beat out the AI, or, you know, if Billie ever plays.
I'm voting Cull out of spite.
No, you don't get to vote
No,
Cull out
I
of
am.
spite.
That
No.
way we have to play it in the next month. You have to play it with me or you lose it.
Oh my goodness, that's a threat. So apparently if it's one for keep and one for cull, there's some new rule where it moves
was the rule last time.
automatically to consider.
That was last time.
But this one is by Steve Finn. After playing it again, I'm definitely leaning keep, and I think Billie's just being mean. So
I'm absolutely being mean.
So it will go into the consider pile. However, it's going to stay. This one's not going to go the same way as Curious Cargo.
You didn't think Curious Cargo was going to go either.
Well, maybe. Maybe I just didn't want it to go because it was so pretty. This one, for all the talk about the theme in Biblios, which, by the way, I do not mind, this one feels a little, I want to say like faded, which I guess is appropriate to the theme.
I get what you mean.
Because there are so many dice, and because you have to be able to differentiate between the kinds. You have weird different styles of dice, and they're all in very like flat colors. It's either really pretty or drab, and I can't figure out which. There's a selling feature.
I wouldn't know. No one ever played it with me.
Oh, I've asked you just...
I don't know.
Consider. We're going to consider so that Billie finally plays. Next up on the chopping block is another roll and write, which...
That you also have not let me play.
I would... Oh. Let her play games. She just... no, I'm not going to. I'm not even listening to your nonsense. Next up on the chopping block is 7 Bridges from Ron Halliday. This one was like everyone's favorite roll and write. Everybody loved this roll and write. And since I'm a sucker for a roll and write, I jumped right in. I played it a lot solo, and I found that after a few plays, it became really repetitive. Now, Billie obviously hasn't played this one.
Because you hate me.
Ugh.
And also because I didn't want to.
Yeah, that.
But mostly because you hate me.
So, but I'm leaning towards Cull on this one. I realize that it's based on a real town. It's a stroll and write through historic Königsberg. So it's based on a real town, and the object is to move through the town using
bridges.
Using bridges. The dice have different path shapes on them, so you're moving through the town. And if you move past a lot of trees, then you'll collect points. And if you, depending on how many bridges you get to go over, you'll collect a certain amount of points. But it did wind up feeling like once I figured out how to do it, I could do it. Or not, depending on the dice.
Isn't that most games?
No, because there weren't really choices. I didn't feel like. Maybe other people had a different experience, but I felt like when you rolled the dice, there was only one real obvious choice. There weren't a lot of options, and they all played out pretty much the same. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing the excitement in 7 Bridges, because I know a lot of people really like this one. The paper is actually representative of the town. Like it's a map, and so you're moving through this grid of the town. It's just, I think that was interesting the first time I played it, and then after that it was less interesting, and then it was just a little drab. Did you have any real like burning desire to play this game?
Not until right now.
Sorry.
Feel a little bit like curious about it now.
Oh my goodness. So I'm going to vote.
Couldn't care less before, but now it looks interesting.
So you don't want to get rid of this game?
I want to say consider.
This is why we have all these games on our shelf. This is literally it. I don't want to play that, but please keep it for me. Okay, so apparently we have a lot of games to play this month. 7 Bridges gets a reprieve. I was not going to give it a reprieve. Next up on the list is a game we got a really long time ago from DeVere. And we've only played once, maybe twice, and that is Silk, which is a game about breeding silkworms on a farm, which...
I can't say anything because I would spoil what I pick.
I
vote keep it.
I didn't realize until this week that this wasn't just forced perspective. Can you see the bugs? There you go. I thought that was forced perspective. Apparently it is not.
They're giant bugs.
They are giant bugs.
They're adorable.
They're not adorable.
This is a fantasy world. Did you think these were real?
They're not adorable. They're giant bugs with some kind of lumps on them.
No, they're like little baby things. Little baby versions of the Nausicaa things.
No. I remember when we got this game, we got it after watching, I think it was Shut Up and Sit Down review.
Probably.
And the selling point was that they really liked the game, but it might be too mean for people. So we ordered it within like 5 minutes. And then we proceeded to play the not mean version somehow. Because there are 2 different versions, 2 different ways to play this.
We're smart.
Basically, you are a silkworm shepherd. And you have to protect your fields and get the best grazing spaces before the other shepherds kind of move in and take away the best pastures. You're pushing people out of the way, you're breeding more silkworms, and there's some big monster that comes in and eats the silkworms at some point during the game, and you can, I believe, sick that monster on your opponent. I pulled this off the shelf and thought we could put this on the list because we haven't played it in forever. Nobody cares about that game. And then the second I did that and opened up the box, I thought, we should really play this game again. And also, DeVere is a publisher that I really like and trust, so I'm willing to give this another go. I actually think we should just keep this one. Yeah. So Silk gets to stay.
Surprise, I vote keep. You didn't see it coming, did you?
The next one is a big one, and it's one we were really, really, really excited to back on Kickstarter.
This is worrying.
And then it came. Uh-oh. And it came with all kinds of pieces and expansions and different versions, including a 2-player version, which is not coming on this list.
I don't like the sound of this.
But, oh my gosh, it's heavy. But,
oh no.
Still in Shrink.
Oh no.
Is Dinosaur Island. And wait, because we never do anything halfway, also still in Shrink. Totally liquid, right? Is that what it is? The expansion.
We do also have Duelosaur somewhere.
But we've played Duelosaur.
Yeah, I want to play these.
No, you said because we have Dinosaur World, which we do, with all of those expansions, and with the Roaring Right. And Dinosaur World is a tile placement version of this, and Duelosaur Island is this version of this, plus we have the Roaring Right.
You said we don't need it because we have Dinosaur World.
We are going to have to move out of this house if we keep all of the dinosaur games.
No, we need to play this in the next month. We got this.
Nope.
Consider.
Nope. This is Cull.
Keep.
Nope. No.
This is a voting process.
This
is democracy.
No, it's not. Dinosaur Island is the original version of this world that Pandasaurus Games has created. Had we have had the choice in the beginning between Dinosaur World and Dinosaur Island, we would have chosen Dinosaur World. My fear with Dinosaur World is that it will take up this entire table just for 2 people to play, and that becomes a bit overwhelming to get to the table. My personal opinion is that what we're gonna wind up with is Duelosaur Island and the Roaring Right. But I see you now, just gazing at these boxes. Mm-hmm. These boxes have been on the shelf.
Yeah, but you kept them on the shelf downstairs
3
where we couldn't
years.
see them.
3, maybe 4 years? When did this come out?
You've kept them in hiding.
You're being insane. I can't tell when this came out. I will put when it came out down here somewhere, just to prove a point. So
6 months ago.
If you're saying that we're going to play this, you're saying that on top of all the other games that we want to play this month,
well,
you have to play these.
I'm voting keep. You decide if it's keep or consider.
Oh, no.
Then it's consider.
These need to go.
No, then it's consider.
Oh, my God.
That's how the process works.
Are we just going to call these videos
Democracy?
Keep, or let's talk about it because Billie doesn't want them to go?
Yes.
That is not as good a video. These games will be called Keep. Billie still wants to think about it.
Well, Curious Cargo's going.
Yes, because it's a game that I wanted. And you didn't. I don't know. Look, if you have all of these dinosaur games, and I know that some of you do you think that you need to have them all? Do you need to keep them all? Or can you just choose?
Yes.
Or can you just choose which ones you might like best? Obviously, this episode of Keep Color Considered went just all kinds of sideways. We are getting rid of one. So not one I maybe want to, but sure, we're getting rid of one. In the end today, Curious Cargo is leaving the collection. Biblios, 7 Bridges, and apparently Dinosaur Island, which we had previously agreed was leaving, are being considered. And Silk gets to stay. I'm willing to wager that since Billie decided we're going to consider Dinosaur Island, this one goes next episode.
Not if you can't find it.
It's not Keep Color, hide it from me. We're going to have to work on the new title of this series. Oh, thank you for watching this chaos today. If you like what you see,
or if you want to keep watching until we get one right,
then please like, subscribe, and share. If you want to find us on social media, including in our Discord, all that information will be down below. As always, open tables, open minds, and play yourselves.
Bye. Whoop, bye.
Our angle that they're at.
That's fine. Giant dinosaur games. You look sane.
You were supposed to say this one could go.
No, I wasn't. I never agreed to that.
He said this one was going.
I never agreed to that. You.